Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa, and if you are new, I am a mum of two teens. I work from home, I have my own business, and I love food. I love making things, I love creating, crafting, Disney, and I'm a bit of a foodie. This week I'm going to do a what we eat in a week type video. I've seen a lot of these and I really enjoy watching them. Like I said, I am a foodie, and I'm always a bit nosy about what people eat as well, and I'm always looking for new ideas, so I thought I would share it with you too. I am collaborating with Anna this week. I love Anna and she really inspires me in many ways, but I'm always interested in what she cooks. They're a vegan family and we aren't. We're not even vegetarian, but I used to be veggie, and I still cook a lot of vegetarian meals, and Anna has been kind enough to share various recipes with me recently, and it just really interests me, and it's always fun to try new and varied things as well. I think that's the key when you're meal planning, especially for a family and you're trying to keep so many people happy. It's important to keep it varied. I hear so many people say they get bored with cooking, and I think that's the major problem for a lot of mums. It's boredom, trying to keep everyone happy. So for me, by varying it and by trying new recipes, it's a way to keep it fun for me as well, and for me that's really important. So I'm just going to show you our menu plan for the week. I plan to start with in my planner, and then I just write it up quick to pop on a magnet notebook on the fridge. I find in the evenings I don't always go into my studio, into my office to see what's for the night ahead, and if I've locked up, it's a bit of a pain, so I do like to have a copy on the fridge as well. I do sometimes switch things up. I don't keep them exactly. Sometimes I might swap the days or something. Sometimes we don't always fancy something on that particular day, so I may change the recipe up a little bit. I generally have 2 or 3 things that are veggie in the week, and I also have some fun things. So for example, Saturday we're having homemade pizza, so it's something that we don't sit down at the table and eat, so I try and vary it up. Sunday is always a fun family meal as well. Our daughter's home from uni at the weekend, so I always like something where we can all kind of pick in the table. So Sunday I'm doing tacos. We also have a lot of crock pot meals. I'm doing a crock pot meal tomorrow, and we're out one day this week as well. And actually my husband's cooking one day this week as well, which is a real rare one. He doesn't do a lot of the cooking. So I've got a nice varied week for you this week, and I'm excited to share it with you. One thing, my mornings tend to be just coffee. I'm a really bad eater in the day. I love my coffee, but I find it really hard to eat. I haven't actually eaten early in the morning since I was a child. I've always woken up feeling a bit sick in the mornings. So I have a coffee and that kind of ties me over. And I think because I drink lattes, they're, as you can see, very milky, that fills me up as well. And I tend to have 2 of these in the morning. I might pick on fruit, but through the day I'm a bit of a picker. I generally don't stop work. I would just work all the way through. So having my meals are really important so that they're planned, because then come dinner time at 5 o'clock, I want something that's quick and easy to make. So my meals are quick, easy, they are always made from scratch, and they're healthy as well. So I hope you enjoy this video. Sorry if I've rambled on a bit. I will see you later when I'm cooking. By the way, I'd love to know, what type of meal planner are you? Are you a meal planner? Are you one of these that come 5 o'clock, you suddenly need to throw something together? Do you cook from scratch? Do you buy, I know there's a lot of these like HelloFresh, that type of thing. Let me know, what type of meal person are you? It always interests me. Like I said, I'm a bit of a nosy person when it comes to people's food. I love hearing about what people eat, what they cook, and that kind of thing. So please share with me. I would love to know. So tonight's dinner is a really nice and quick one. We had a big family meal last night when Holly was home from uni. I did a great big Indian feast on the table. Everything was cooked from scratch, and I made enough so that we had leftovers today. I did a chicken tikka masala in the crock pot. I did a corn biryani as well. That's like a curry with rice, but it was made with corn as well. I made Bombay potatoes, I did naans, I did poppadoms, I did homemade dips. I did the works yesterday, so we have got some really yummy leftovers. Now I'm going to serve it slightly differently. I've got some big round Costco naan breads, and we're actually going to have them as wraps. So we're going to put the fillings in and roll them up and eat them as wraps tonight. I've made an additional salad as well. I've made more minted yogurt dip, and oh, and I've done the boys some extra chicken as well, so that's just in the pan. I think I mentioned earlier on that I'm a bit of a picker, so today I've had 2 lattes, I've had a couple of handfuls of blueberries, I did have a can of Pepsi Max this afternoon, along with a little bag of cheddars, a little big bag of mini cheddar biscuits. I do love cheese. So this is now ready, everyone can come and help themselves. We've got naan breads, we've got the chicken tikka, we've got salad, we've got corn biryani, chicken for the boys, we've got a minty dip that I've just made, the leftover Bombay potatoes. Everything was homemade fresh yesterday. Was going to have a glass of water, but Aid's just offered me this. Good morning, welcome to my kitchen. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. Aid has made me my first coffee, which I'm really enjoying, and I'm doing a crock pot meal today. I do love my slow cooker, it makes life so much easier. We've got a busy day today work-wise, and Louis is working later as well, so to stick something in the crock pot now is so much easier. One place I find a lot of my meal inspiration from is Pinterest. I use Pinterest loads. If you haven't heard of Pinterest, I will link up below for you to go and have a look. I've got the app on my phone as well as using it on my PC, and you can basically have like folders where you can save websites to. So you're kind of like bookmarking, but rather than just saving a picture, it will take you direct to the original source. So in this case, a recipe. It's so good. I will just give you an example. So today, this is what I'm cooking. I'm going to do a Mexican chicken. I've never done this before. I found it just a couple of weeks ago, and I've been really looking forward to it. But I have, so for example, I've got a recipes folder, and I will save all my recipes in here. I just sometimes go online, might be doing adverts on telly, and I just have a quick look and I save things. I also have a sweeter, something sweet. You can call the files, the folders, whatever you want. I've got something sweet, I've got vegan, I've also then got for the home, I've got one for our holiday this year, Pioneer Woman recipes, I save those. I've got a Christmas folder, super storage, I've got cocktails, December, artsy craftsy inspiration, DIYs, you name it, you can just find anything on here. I highly recommend. So today we are going to be doing Mexican chicken. This one looks super easy. Right, so a couple of things here. Firstly, I'm using cans. I don't use cans very often. I tend not to buy processed food, but there are a few tins that I do buy. Sweet corn, kidney beans. I really like the ones in chili sauce, I have to say. Chopped tomatoes, and then also things like tuna I keep, beans I keep. I do have a couple of tins of soup as well. I think they're always handy as sort of fast lunch ideas. The kids quite like those. I also think that it's important to keep a well-stocked larder, and I do feel that one, it saves so much time, but also two, it does actually save money. I buy things like, for example, I will buy, we use loads of tin tomatoes. I buy them in bulk. They're £3 something from Costco for a tray of 12. So I buy things like that, pick up when things are on offer, like baked beans, and I always make sure I have a well-stocked larder. Herbs and spices, nuts, pulses, beans, pastas, anything like that, I always make sure I've got plenty of it, and then I just buy it to stock up as and when I need it. This recipe looks super easy. I'm basically just going to be emptying out the tins in the bottom of the crock pot, and then layering over. I'm going to add some onion, add some pepper, add some fresh garlic. I am actually going to try something for the first time. I'm not browning off for the first time in my slow cooker, and I'm going to try a slow cooker liner. I haven't used these before. I've bought them a couple of times, forgetting once that I'd already bought them. The idea is that you line your crock pot with them, so it saves with the washing up, but also any leftovers you can actually freeze straight away afterwards. I bought these from Amazon. They come in a pack of 5, so let's see what they're like. So Louis, one of my lovely teenagers, has just walked into the kitchen and almost gagged at the smell of this food. I haven't even put the crock pot on yet. Anyone else have fussy kids? Please leave your comments below and sympathise with me. So that's what it looks like at the moment. I've done it all stripy so it looks really pretty. Looks like a little flag. And that is it. I haven't added the stock cube like the recipe says because I've added chili sauce instead. I've mixed the spices, sprinkled them over, and I am going to leave that on now. It says for about 6 hours. I was just going to chat just quickly about meal planning and shopping and that kind of thing. What I usually do when I put together my meal plan for the week, which I tend to do on a Sunday, I then write down what I need off my shopping list, obviously checking in the larder and freezer and everything else to see what I've already got. We tend to shop probably every 3 to 4 days for what we need. Saying that, my husband is usually one that goes food shopping. We have a small Waitrose just down the road and we tend to do most of our shopping there. We do have larger supermarkets, but we both work from home. They're kind of like out of town and it just takes so long, and to go around them as well just takes forever, and I find that I spend a lot more doing that. Whereas for us, just popping to Waitrose, we're there and back within kind of 20 minutes, half an hour. It's a much smaller store, so you don't have the choice, you don't have all the extras that you can pick up, and you can get in and out and back home, like I said, within 20 to 30 minutes. So although Waitrose is considered one of the more expensive supermarkets, because I meal plan and budget, because I stick to a menu, and because I don't get tempted with all the other things, and we literally buy what we need, we spend less and waste less. So for us it really works out and it doesn't cost us more. Looking at my meal plan now, Louis has asked for a lift to school, and actually last night I was really craving granola, and I've been wanting to make my own granola. I haven't got any oats in, I've run out, so I'm actually going to take the opportunity to give him a lift to school and pop into Waitrose. I thought we were done food shopping, but actually I'm going to do wild rice instead of regular rice for dinner tonight. I'm going to grab the oats. Because I made the homemade curry the other day, I'm nearly out of natural yogurt, so I'm going to grab some of that. I'm nearly out of mushrooms, and we've used up all the peppers. I bought a big 3-pack of peppers on Friday and we've used them all. I spent £8 something in Waitrose. The only extra I picked up was spring onions. I thought they'd be nice to add tonight's dinner, and also to our Asian noodles tomorrow. Dinner is smelling amazing. It's now 12:30. I've just given it a good stir. I will add some fresh spinach later to it. It's one of those things I try and add to quite often just to give it an extra bit of greenery. Something else we do, we keep our receipts. Attach them to the side of the fridge with a magnet, and we keep the receipts for the month and just tally up and see how much we've actually spent on grocery shopping. So I thought I would add it up just to see how much we've actually spent this month. It's the 28th. I've totaled up all the receipts and it comes to £390.52, which for a family of 4 I think is pretty good, considering we don't hold back, we eat what we want. I'm obviously very careful when it comes to meal planning, like I said. We also have Holly, who is at uni, and she comes home at weekends. We do pay for her food as well. I do her shopping for her, or she will do shopping and I transfer her the money, and then obviously she takes all her shopping back at weekends. And she does eat very well. She is kind of vegan but eats fish, and so there's a lot of salmon, smoked salmon. That girl eats well. She also meal plans as well, though. She's taken that from me and she meal plans every week. She has a menu and she knows exactly what she's cooking each day, and I'm pleased actually because she is a very healthy eater and I'm really proud of that. So I think that is really good. I'm really quite pleased with that. And there it is in the crock pot. I'm really looking forward to this. I've just added coriander to it. Good morning, how are you? It's the next day and it is 9:15. I'm in the middle of making coffee. I'm in the middle of my cleaning routine and I'm about to make some granola. Dinner tonight, I'm doing Asian noodles with corn and veggies and all that type of thing, so I don't need to do that until 15 minutes before we want to eat. It's a super quick one, but I've been craving granola, and like you know, I bought the ingredients yesterday, so I'm going to give that a go right now. That's all I need. Sorry, I've got the washing machine on, by the way. Porridge oats, nuts, fruit, and honey. The oven on 180. I'm going to mix up my oats. I'm going to crush in some pecans and toast them for about 10 minutes. So the oats have been toasted and with the nuts, and I'm just mixing up here honey. I forgot I also needed some coconut oil, and which was melted, a bit of vanilla, and it says cinnamon, but my favorite is pumpkin pie mix, which is a mix of cinnamon and all kinds of loveliness. And I've got to mix it now with the oats. I will leave this recipe up down below for you. So I've mixed in the cherry and berry mix, and it says to turn off the oven and leave the tray in there for 5 to 8 minutes. The recipe didn't bake it enough for my liking, so I've actually popped it back in the oven for 5 minutes on 180. I like mine a little bit brown and crispy. I am never going to buy granola ever again. This is amazing. I've just popped some natural yogurt on there and a sprinkling of the granola. It's so good, and it's a little bit chewy as well. Just obviously don't bake it too long because you don't want the bits and pieces to burn, because they will go bitter. I'm now going to wash out my granola jar. I've emptied out the shop bought stuff. I'd had it in there ages and it really wasn't very nice anymore, and you can really tell the difference. It's just so much nicer. Hello. Meal plans kind of failed a bit last night. We ended up with a last minute trip to IKEA to get a wardrobe for our son's room, which was going, it's coming off for this weekend, and we're out tonight, so we grabbed it last night. We got home about 8:30. Really didn't feel like cooking noodles at that time, so we had takeout. We don't have takeout that often, and it was a bit of a treat. Today it's now nearly 2 o'clock. We're going out to the theatre tonight. So we're eating a little bit earlier. So far all I've had is a little bit of that homemade granola and a coffee, so I'm kind of like doing, well, I am doing our main meal now, but I'm going to show you how I make our noodles. It's one of my favorite things. I throw together these noodles that are really quick. We're out of udon noodles though, so instead I'm using egg noodles that I always keep loads of this type of thing in the larder. I've lined it all up here. Things like soy sauce, I buy massives of from Costco. It's so much cheaper. I've got Chinese vinegar, got sesame oil, Thai 7 spice. I've got some garlic, and then I'm just using up cabbage, broccoli, just whatever's in the fridge, mange two, peppers, bean sprouts, coriander. I'm nearly out of ginger. It's my favourite thing. I've only got a little bit left, unfortunately. Garlic and mushrooms. I'm also throwing in some fish sauce as well. The wok is on. People always say to me, can you share the recipe? And to be honest, I just throw everything together. I don't follow a recipe. I just make it all up as I go along. And I'm also throwing in a few corn pieces. I've just added half a glass of water as well. I've thrown everything in except for the bean sprouts. I will do those at the last minute, just so that they keep their crunch. I'm just waiting for the noodles to boil up. I've added coriander and the bean sprouts. To taste it, I actually use up some of the sauce and try that. It's a little bit on the salty side, so I'm going to add some honey. And that's perfect now. Another tea time in our house so far today. I have had a banana and a very small bowl of leftover noodles from yesterday. I've just done baked potatoes, and we're doing tuna salad with them, and I'm just about to grate some cheese. I've got baked potato with salad. I really love this Caesar dressing from Lidl. We've got grapes, tuna, celery, all kinds of things, and Aid's got salad cream. It's my last day of filming this video. I hope you've been enjoying this week. Today we are having homemade pizza for tea. I really fancied it. I personally, I think my pizza is one of the best pizzas I've ever eaten. I like the crispy base. I just like the, add a lot of strong cheese on there, and to me it's just really, really good. I would choose it over Domino's. The only pizza that I cannot beat is, there was a pizzeria in Germany where I used to live, run by Italians, using good proper wood burning, like a hole almost, that they just slide the pizzas into. And that to me, although I was 18 the last time, or maybe 19 the last time I had a pizza there, I'm now in my early 40s and I still remember that pizza. I haven't been able to beat that. But I'm making the dough. It's just after 9. I've just made a coffee. I've started something else new actually. The last few days I've been drinking water with a squeeze of lemon in the morning just before I have my coffee. So that's something new I'm trying, and I'm really enjoying that. I always follow this Jamie Oliver bread recipe. I'll hold it there so you can see and take it down if you wish. You can just pause it. That makes up over double the quantity what I actually need, so I make it now and then I end up freezing half the dough later. Then that goes for a quick meal, but it's first thing in the morning, so it gives the pizza dough time to rise, and then I can just add the toppings then and pop in the oven later tonight. I'm just letting the yeast do its thing. I always have some dry yeast in my baking cupboard so that I can make bread whenever I fancy. I don't make it as often as I used to. I think now the kids have gotten older. I used to quite often make bits for like school packed lunches and snacks. So I miss making it. It's something I do really enjoy doing. I also wanted to share, I did a little bit of a kitchen revamp yesterday, and I did some really fun DIY projects, and I also made this cute little coffee hot chocolate station. Really, really pleased with it. I'll link up the video below for you if you missed it and if you'd like to see it. I am so, so happy with how that turned out. Look how much easier the kneading is now. I used to make my own bread anyway, but this has completely made life so much simpler. It's now 6 o'clock and the dough has risen beautifully. There, look at that. For the pizza sauce, I've literally just blended down tinned tomatoes with some seasoning, salt, pepper, some fresh basil, and a squirt of ketchup and brown sauce. Got one pizza out. I've made 3 individual ones. It smells so good. I've just topped it with some fresh basil on the top. And I've made homemade garlic bread as well. And these are the finished pizzas. Louis already got his, and the garlic bread I've just tasted is amazing. So I started the video with a coffee, and I think I'll end the video with a coffee. I hope you've enjoyed my week's video of just maybe giving you a little bit of an insight as to how we function as a family for meal times, how much I spend, how I meal plan, the kind of thing I like to cook. I really hope you've enjoyed this. Please do go and visit Anna's video and take a look at how her family function. Like I said, I've got 2 teens. She's just got the one little one, and they're a vegan family as well. I can't wait to see her video. She's always full of really interesting recipes. So please go and visit Anna. Her link is below. Drop her a comment, let her know that you've come from my channel, and please leave me a comment as well. Sorry, I've got the washing machine going. That was really bad planning. Leave me a comment, let me know how you function as a family for meal times as well. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week. This week we've got a creative video coming on Wednesday, and I've got a vlog for you Friday, and Saturday is a Disney video as always. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go. My washing machine's got really loud. Take care. Bye.